Someone who played Path of Exile for 4 years in everyday grind, this game is worth it. Path of Exile's complexity is an illusion. There's much more to this game. I think there's a lot to both. I think they're both probably worth it. I think my one problem with Path of Exile is the fact that there is the potential for said everyday grind. Because I find that actually really limits a game down in a less fun manner. Any game that the grind is kind of optional to just like running around and having fun is better. I'm still, I think, a bit bothered. There was a child, honestly, an actual child that was yelling at me a couple weeks ago. I was playing Temtem and I was talking about how I didn't really like the grind in Warframe anymore because I found it to be kind of... It made a lot of Warframe's flaws increasingly visible to me. Because it was kind of one of those where it's like, Warframe, absolutely great game, but you realize there's like... There's nothing to do, you're just doing the same action over and over again. And while it's super fun, it's very much like a... Oh, yeah, I'm just fighting the same groups of enemies in the same general tile set over and over again. And, you know, I'm just doing that for hundreds of hours just because, you know, there's a carrot on a stick dangled so far away that I need to constantly just put in the time, put in the effort, and I'll get there eventually. And I have trouble with that sort of thing, purely just because it's like, I don't like carrot on the sticks anymore. Just because I guess, yeah, I see them for what they are. I know the ins and outs, and so it's kind of just easy for me to say. Been there, done that with almost everything. And a game that artificially gates your progress based on some arbitrary meter, I guess, can get a bit frustrating. And I don't think Path of Exile really suffered from that so much, but it was just kind of like, you'd hit the end and then it was just like, and it's maps time, and I'm like, ugh. Like, maybe I'd like to try that just to see, like, what the ridiculous is. Wanda's motto, spend 20 hours for a gun you'll stop needing in 5 minutes. Oh, you mean don't. God, I always hate that. I think that's what actually did it in for me with Destiny, was I more or less hit, like, the level cap, got a couple of guns that I was really happy about, and then I just kept finding more guns that I just didn't really care for. And I was like, cool. I guess I've seen everything. There was, like, one or two that really stood out, but otherwise it was just kind of like, yeah, no, it's just kind of the same stuff. True variety is really hard to pull off when it comes to game design. And I have a lot of respect for developers that can manage that. This one, it's so weird. Grim Dawn is one of those games that I've played it. I think this would be my third time trying to do a series on it. And every single time I've tried to do the same build with slight variations, and every single time I felt so just absolutely satisfied with what I'm doing that it's just kind of like, well, I could try something else, but I'm digging what I got. And that's actually a good way of doing it. Whereas every time I play Path of Exile, I do feel like, yeah, let's try something different today. Because the last one didn't really do it for me. Good freaking lord. The, map here is a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. Well, I guess when I get back, I'm going to have a big old backlog of games. Oh, Warframe's mottos. 20 hours for a gun that you won't use. Yeah. And I will give Warframe a lot of credit for probably being more interesting. At least to some degree. Who the heck are you? Over the Drifter. You broke my door. I don't know if the Rotten Walkers are going to hear you. They're going to find little Walter and me. But are you Rotten? No, you couldn't find us if you were. They would never think to look here. Level Crossing safe. I can take you there. No, I can't go. Nowhere's safe but here. This is where we have to stay. Yes, yes. You're from Burwich. Haven't you been here this whole time? Yes, I knew they were coming, the rotted ones. I knew it. I tried to warn everyone, warn my family, but they all called me crazy. Wanted to save them, but I couldn't stay here. Don't you see? I had no choice. I had to hide. After the rotted one, it's killed everyone in town. Everyone but little Walter. I came back. It's clever, don't you see? They're in the swamp now, but they never think to look in the town again. Bye. Walter is a doll. Good luck, dude. I'll mention Warframe. I haven't played in years. What's it like nowadays? Warframe is better than it has ever been. There's more stuff to do always. It's still got its flaws. It's still got its, like, high points. It's still, like, a legitimately well-designed free-to-play MMO considering the circumstances. But is also just an absolute horror grind, so if you have anything else to do, you're probably gonna get that done well before you get anything else done in Warframe. They did add kind of more, like, recent games as a service trappings, like seasons and whatnot, for extra stuff to do along the way. Which, I don't know. Personally, I kind of bounced off of that. I didn't really enjoy the, I don't really enjoy seasons when it comes to games, mainly because, like, there's no way I can keep up with them. Like, most seasons take, like, easily 30, 40 hours to actually get all of the requisite stuff, if not more. And that is an absolute, like, horror demand to make of me, because it's just like, I mean, to put it into, I guess to put things into perspective, every hour I spend on a game is maybe about, it's a little bit less, a little bit more than a full episode of anything to put on YouTube, or, you know, ideally a sixth of a stream. And so if it takes me 30 hours to, like, complete a season, or more, then it means that that would be, I mean, 30 hours is an extremely conservative estimate. It's probably 100 hours or something like that. I can't believe someone found me out here. I came down to the cellar looking for supplies, but cut off by the from the surface by the dead. I don't know what to do. Kasparov sent me. I can open a rift gate to get you to safety. You can do that. Can't say that it raises my confidence in you, but then again, I don't like the alternatives either. Portal away. But yeah, like, I don't really want to spend one stream a week purely just grinding for some kind of arbitrary reward. And yeah, I want to play a game. I want to run a race that doesn't matter. I already do that all day at work. Yeah. But no, I don't know. I bounce off of a lot of games this way. I'm a huge fan of Monster Hunter World. I thought Monster Hunter World was quite possibly, like, one of the most fun games I've played in a while. But I was just frustrated by the end game once I got to that point of just like, man, this is cool. Oh god, I'm gonna have to spend how much time to get anything cool? So then I just fought every monster, you know, a handful of times, and then cheated on all of the equipment I wanted, and then I just lost all interest in playing the game because the carrot was gone. I ate it. And that kind of breaks the illusion. Anytime I can cheat or mod a game, it's actually fascinating to see how it changes stuff. Aether Barrier. The Ethereals have barred the way north from Burwich, likely to stop anyone from attempting to flee the carnage. It takes some kind of powerful arcane ritual to dispel it. Let's see, can you tell if it followed you? I actually can't, unfortunately. I have follow notifications turned off, because I get enough followers that it drowns out some of my other notifications, and that's a bit of an issue. But if you did, thank you. Okay. I don't really know if there's an easy way through here. I want to get back to the waterfront if I can manage it. Hello. Oh, so I guess we are supposed to go past Urban. Shit, how far north do you go? Do you go all the way up to Malmouth before fighting the first boss? I was under the impression that the first boss was in Burwitch. Oh boy. I guess we can go back. Malmouth is a DLC. You stop at the Warden cellar. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to know. So where's the Warden cellar? It's in the prison near Burwitch. Okay, so Gloomwald and whatnot is...
I can't carry anymore.
Not where I'm going. Okay. Let's go back. Oh, right. The bosses... Or the DLC is Ashes of Malmouth or whatever. I remember. Vaguely. Let's go sell some stuff first.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Let's see. Jeesh. That needs a little bit more... Does it? I have an okay amount of physique.
See you around.
Let's see, how much physique does this get me? Decent amount. Yeah, let's just invest in this. These seem like decent gauntlets. I am just shy, whatever.
Come see what's left.
Okay, we can always just toss stuff in the stash. Which better? Fire resistance, physical damage, retaliation. Eh. What is that? Ribbon. Oh. Give us damage physique? No. Yeah, so at this point, this is better. Francis's gun of readiness is pretty good. But not for what I'm doing. We don't need a bludgeon. Thunder? Nah. Skull fetish of blood. Extra bleeding, extra health. Regen. Decent stuff. Also gives me enough physique to equip this. Oh, actually, I'm not sure which is better. So, Ring of Steel, Blink of an Eye, Phantasmal Blades encircle you. Oh. Don't I already have that? Thought I did. Oh well. So is it better? Ring of Steel is good. But the older ones that I had have attack speed. Yeah, the extra pierce damage is good, though. Let's lose that. Anything else? That doesn't look like it. And everything else is too expensive. One thing they put into Warframe in those schools is Starship Battles. I liked them for a little while, and then I got kind of bored. Not a bad place you got here. Many souls in need of services. Seems like I'll get plenty busy. I'll be plenty busy. Well, if it isn't my savior, I can't thank you enough. And finally get to cook for other people again. Here, have some soup. I could use some salt, but Captain Whiskey over there insists it's for combat use only. I'm back anytime. Got a few stories to tell if you have ear to listen. Okay, other things for later. Is this a pew-pew build? Hell yeah.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Weird that they ask to confirm every single time, but whatever.
Keep an eye on this.
Okay.
Have you found a rift gate in Burwich? What's the situation out there?
Swarming with ethereal corruption, but the rift gate is secure.
Good work. While you were gone, I dug through some of the files in this office, and I think we have our target. As you are acutely aware, ethereals can possess humans and bend them to their will. I always had my suspicions, but now I have little doubt. The former warden of this prison is possessed. Well before the Grim Dawn, in fact.
How can you be so sure?
There have been countless holes in the prison records, prisoners just disappearing, never to be seen again. The warden's personal logs paint a more complete picture. He's been transferring prisoners into a secret facility underneath his mansion in Burwich Village for years. What for, I don't know, but I'm sure it wasn't for rehabilitation. There are also several mentions of ethereals and rift gates. I need you to find this man, or whatever he has become.
Where can I find him?
Warden Krieg owned a mansion in the northern district of Burwich Village. The logs indicate that his facilities can be reached via the cellar. I'm afraid I don't have more to go on, but if we want to strike back at the ethereal power structure in the region, the Warden is our prime target.
I will end the Warden's life. Alright. Let's see. We also have to find Starlet? Oh. The apprentice.
I see that my lazy assistant is finally back from her little trip. Good, good. I'll put her back to work. She mentioned you. You should speak with her.
I'll do that. Thanks for the timely rescue. Kasparov spared no time in putting me to work. So I'm here for all your schematic needs. Just ask. Okay. Oh. Recover components from items. Dismantle unwanted items. Oh, okay.
Goodbye for now.
I was hoping she would turn my things into schematics, because that would have actually been really cool. Turning old equipment into schematics so you could use them later. I don't know, that'd be neat. Dang cellar. Oh wait. Oh, this is the other thing. Just to finish my thing about the Warframe, the new Warframe content, the spaceships. I love the idea of it, but I also looked at how much grinding would be required to like get anything done in that game, or like to unlock all of the, or level up all of the roles, and I was just like, oh, yeah, this sucks again. I also just didn't have enough money to make my own spaceship, and I really just did not want to grind for cash. There's nothing worse for me than grinding for pure money, doing the same thing over and over again. I used to do that when I was in high school. I was playing World of Warcraft, and I was one of the only people on my server with the Savory Deviant Delights, or whatever it's called. It was effectively a fish that you could cook, and if you cooked it, the fish was completely useless. Nobody really used it. But if you cooked it, it would either turn you into a pirate or a ninja. Again, dumb thing, yes. But, you know, I thought it was cool. And it turned out it was actually worth, like, a silly amount of money. Which was weird for me, because, like, why didn't anybody else grab it? But, like, I could sell one of the cooked fish for, like, a gold piece or something. Which, realistically, yeah, nowadays I realize that was chump change compared to what you could make just by doing random dungeons. But I was, like, I was the richest person in my entire friend group just purely because of those goddamn fish. Avid player of Sea of Thieves. Was honestly fairly interested in it. That's in Warframe. I actually have not played Sea of Thieves ever. It was one of those that it came out at a bad time for me. And I didn't have any friends to play it with. I think it might have also come out on Xbox first. I forget. There's kind of a number of reasons why, like, I bounced off of the game. And I would like to give it a go, but I don't know anybody that, like, plays it often. I could probably bug my friends at Stumped, maybe, about being like, teach me how to... You know, teach me how to... how to play Sea of Thieves. But I think I would rather just wait until it's absolutely just done. I think that's true of a lot of these, like, kind of long, pseudo-MMO-ish games. It's like, but if I just wait until there's nothing left, then I have everything, and I can just focus on it. Okay. So I wanted to go back to the... There we go. Nah, let's finish this off. I wanted to go back to the waterfront, because that's actually an area I haven't been to, but I'm assuming whatever I get there is probably not overwhelmingly necessary. But yeah, you're a pirate. That's the game, basically. Good to know. Yeah, I guess there's a rift there. Well, now that we've got that rift, at the very least, we can come back. So let's quickly run up here, and then I'm going to run to the left. I don't like having areas of the map unexplored. If the whole place is hand-designed, then I know there's something useful or important or interesting there. Normally when I play these games... Oh, right. I needed something to get past that one. Okay. Normally when you play a Diablo-like, the whole map's procedurally generated, so once you find, like, whatever your objective is in the area, you're done. That you don't need to care. You know, maybe there's, like, a bonus boss or something small, but otherwise it's just like, eh. You know, why put in the effort? But in this game, since it's all hand-designed, it's like, well, maybe there's a side quest, maybe there's a character that I can recruit. Maybe there's something random here that I can go grab. And it's a bit of a psychological trap, but I like it because it means map completion matters. Which is something that I would say a lot of Diablo-likes could really use this kind of design. I know the core of the genre is procedural generation, and I respect that. It just it makes me a lot more interested to explore a zone if I know that every inch of it somebody had made. Because then seeing it itself, you know, makes a difference. Man, I forgot how much these things do. These weird plague warrens are rough. I almost kind of wish you could set the gas on fire. I found the badness. Ooh boy, and he hurts. But I do a lot more damage than I used to. A lot more damage. Let's see, what mods am I using? Actually, I believe my current mod is straight up busted, so I'm not actually using any mods. I'm gonna have to remod the game. Supposedly it's increases drop rates, which it might have actually done that. I'm not entirely sure. Ooh, hi. Yeah, that's better. The retaliatory damage is nice, but firing a pass-through lightning orb is pretty damn strong. Yeah, I'd spend some more time fixing up mods and getting them to work, except for the fact that, yeah, I'm going on vacation in, I guess, a couple of hours at this point. So, my, like, immediate motivation to make everything work properly, kind of low. Let's see. You like the fact that Sea of Thieves is crippling to play alone. Oh, so you have to play with other people? Or, no, you're actually just enjoying the challenge of doing it all yourself. I can see the appeal of that. I've done that in a couple of things. Actually, Dungeon Defenders recently was actually really fun. Playing Dungeon Defenders Awakened with, where I was fulfilling every role just by switching characters. That's not something I've done before. I actually rather enjoyed it. You know, I bet the mod's at least partly working. Because this feels like considerably better loot than what I was dealing with earlier. Okay. More lore books. Oh, fabric is a quest item. So somebody will want this. We just have to find whomever. I haven't seen anybody around here that looks like a quest giver, so probably somebody back in town. Good that I stopped by. Bah. Come on. Wall. I feel like breaking. We're gonna have so many tonics of mending. But I guess that's a good thing. Okay, anything else? Okay. So it looks like we're good to go. Everything else is just bonus. So why don't we rift back to the Warden cellar and let's finish this off. Oh, leave us on a nice solid stopping point, and I can put this happily up on YouTube. Even if I don't get the chance to continue it, I can at least put it up on YouTube and be like, yeah, I'll be back to this at some point. On the topic of playing games solo versus multiplayer, one thing that's kind of shocked me with our interconnected age is just how hard it is to actually get other people to play with you for any game for any length of time. I've been kind of lucky with you guys. I don't know if Koga's still around. But he was a fairly regular helper with Monster Hunter World. And yeah, I probably would have gotten through that game solo, but it was a lot more fun with other people helping out, especially because, yeah, some of the things got kind of challenging. And having a bunch of people to, like, watch my back and whatnot helped a lot. Alright, we got some skill points to spend. Whatever. Stand to the fires! They can't touch me if I'm burning! I'm so glad I can't burn. That'd be rough. But, you know, I'm always shocked that there haven't been more proper social media sites for finding groups of people to play with more consistently. And, like, putting together, like, semi-lasting friendships, dedicated to, like, one game or another or something like that. Like, I remember MMOs, I mean, like I said, I used to be a fairly avid WoW player. And, just, like, being in a guild made it so much easier to find a group for stuff, because I'd just be like, yo, who wants to do this? And I'd just get, like, 5 interested people within, like, minutes. And it was so good. And I'm always kind of shocked that there isn't this, like, there aren't more people kind of trying to make Tinder for, like, playing with other people. And maybe part of it is, like, people... Strangers are weird, and it's easier to, like, meet over a common interest in person than meet over a common interest online. One thing I think I might try and do in the next couple of years is actually put together a Discord for streamers. Not necessarily for me, but just like a, hey, this Discord is open to anybody with more than X number of followers, subscribers on YouTube, whatever. You know, fairly low bar for entry, but enough that it's like, yeah, these are people that do this somewhat consistently and aren't just like starters. You know, people that you can rely on not quitting within the next couple months. And more or less saying like, hey, this is for hanging out and chatting with other people kind of in the same industry, but also like maybe getting together to play games. Because unless somebody I know is like super down for something, it's impossible for me to get a group together. From, like, the current groups I have. I get lucky. Like, you know, tabletop stuff is super good for me and play. Gel just made, like, a weird noise. It is. Shell wants to go to bed. I'm almost done. I should probably stop, though. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably stop. Ah, but I'm right in front of the boss. Nah, whatever. Okay. Man, this is a weird feeling. Yeah. It's late. Go to bed. I'm not used to this. Oh, it's so weird.